I've also got a kiwi, which I eat with the skin on. We're late because Gabe, bloody big oaf, was eating pancakes this morning. Start of an ACL one, bit nervous. Good morning. It is pretty early in the morning and I'm just picking up my GS skis. Sorry, I'm still half asleep. To prep them this morning because I've got a new thing that I like doing, which is probably going to upset a lot of coaches. So I like to prep my skis in the morning. I have been recently before training. Conversely, because you'd think that means that I'm being all hectic and stuff, but it means that I have to get up a little bit earlier and then give myself that extra sort of half an hour to an hour in the morning. And then it makes me feel like I've got that minute to just sort of stop, think about things, and then go forward. So it's not like I get up at 6 in the morning and I have an ice bath, sort of thing. It's more just like a minute to think about things, chill out. Let's do some skis. That is skis prepped. Trying something a little bit different this morning, today even. Trying something a little bit different today. And you're with the GoPro with me, and then Else is going to just get all the other shots, so less filming with the big camera on me, and then we'll see if that works. So yeah, let us know what you think of this sort of different format. I guess it should be pretty similar, but as always, I want to know what you guys think because it's important, right? That's all the skis done, all of them prepped. Gonna get some breakfast. I think I might go, I've not got lots of time because it's taken a little bit longer than I thought to prep skis. So normally I'd go for a little bit of just like a, and there's a little tennis court here, I'll show you. Not a tennis court, it's like a football, basketball, all sorts of court. So normally I do a little bit of warm up there. I'm a little bit more tight for time than I'd like, so I'm just going to go for a jog the long way back, which is actually back that way. So I'm going to go for a jog the long way back and then have some breakfast and come back to the car. What do I have for breakfast, you ask me? I have lots and lots of yogurt. Big fan of yogurt. I go through about one of these every 2 days. Banana. There is also, if you look in here, blueberries in that syrup they do in France here, and they're amazing. But I have some in like that. Honey, that, jam, oats. And that is my seasoned breakfast. Just mix all that up, bash it down, easy, very nutritious. And I feel like this is too much information. I don't know about you lot, but do you care what I have for breakfast? Let me know. Let me know if you care. Get changed, now I'll have this, get changed. I have a cup of tea as well, which is over there. Pick it up. What am I doing? What am I doing with this banana? I've also got a kiwi, which I eat with the skin on because I'm too lazy to take the skin off, which I know triggers a lot of people. So if you get triggered, don't cry about it. Don't cry. It's actually good, better for you because it's got more fibre in it. You have the skin, so it's a good bit. It's like the bread. The outside of the bread that you always get told when you're a kid is better for you. It's a lie. Mix it all up. And you've got a nutritious breakfast, and I'm obsessed with Greek yogurt. It is the best thing. It's a Saturday and it's crazy busy. We've started doing something different by going up to the lift, going up the lift instead of driving up. Save some money on fuel, but I can't decide if I like it or not. Else is not a fan. The other guy don't have a say because it's my car. I don't know, it's a bit, I can't decide if it's more effort or no effort, and you guys probably don't give a shit. So we go up this lift in the morning, we go up there, and then we're basically up there. It saves some time, but I don't know. We're on a little pommer to get to the stag. We go up that gondola that's running behind us in the background, and then we go up here. I'm not sure, I think it's as long as it is broad, whatever that saying is. Stop boring you guys, it's GS, and we've got a GS race in Sestriere, which is where the World Cup Women's have just been. So yeah, it should be a pretty good surface, hopefully. I'm enjoying GS at the minute, but it's like I enjoy it, but I don't have the confidence to think I'm going that fast. So I've got a bit of a dilemma after this. So there's a GS and a slalom at the weekend, on Monday, Tuesday. It's now the weekend, it's now Saturday. And I've got to decide whether I do 2 GSs after that or 2 slaloms. The slaloms are further away and I get less training beforehand, but I'd probably rather do the slaloms. So I think we're going to gauge on if I do the slaloms by how today goes and the race goes on Monday, because I do really want to be good at GS. I think I do some good turns, but it's just getting the whole run together and the time to be good is something I've not quite mastered yet. So I do really want it, but I also don't want to. I'm conscious of the end of the season coming, and I want to have some good slalom results primarily, because I think I've got more chance of being slalom. We're late because Gabe, the big oaf, was eating pancakes this morning, so we're a few minutes late. Pancakes. He was like, I phoned him, we meet him at the car park, give him a little lift up, because his car's been ruined, so he's in a rental tiny little Clio and his GS skis don't fit in. So I was like, okay, I'll give you a lift, no worries, no stress, pal. And then I phone him where we normally meet when I need to give him a lift, and he bloody just isn't there, and he's just eating. He goes, oh yeah, I'm coming, as Gabe does. What's he like, eh? So what I do for warm-up, I'm warming up now. I've tried to do this thing with the other guys where we don't all set every day, because that just seems like a colossal waste of energy. And over, like, if you think about over a week, if all 4 or 5 of us go and sit and wait for wait with Dave to set, then the energy you use, like the time, you might as well do half and half. So one day you set and one day you don't. Pretty basic stuff, innit? Anyway, as I was saying, warming up is, to warm up I do, probably looks like I'm doing nothing, to be honest. I ski like a slow skidded turn, and then as the warm-up carries on I try and turn that into a faster time, like a faster turn and like a more clean turn, get more energy. And then if I'm working on something or feel like I need something, I do like certain drills that I know have in my arsenal. Sometimes you've only got one run to warm up in like a race if you've got no time, so I try and keep it so the bare bones is minimum, because otherwise if you're used to having, say, like a 5-run warm-up where you do 17 different exercises on different terrain with different apparatus, and you get to a race and you've got 1 run to do a warm-up, then it's like what you're doing. So you need to sort of get used to being ready to go with the minimal that you need. Obviously you want to do enough so you got a good little warm-up and you're skiing well first run, but yeah, that's the balance that I find. We do some GS inspection, have a look at it. You've not done GS without this, have you? So GS, what I look at way more is the terrain is way more of a factor than slalom. So in slalom, sort of the 3 things that we look at is the turns, the snow conditions and the terrain. Now I would say in slalom, it's the terrain's the least important, or yeah, well, probably the least important. Whereas in GS, I'd probably put it the most important. So it sort of changed a little bit, but it's essentially the same thing. You're trying to get an idea of the tempo and the most important bits of the course. So that one there, that we just went past, the second gate, is a little bit of like a fall away, which means you have to be even stronger than you would normally be. And then we've got some sort of, it's not crazy terrainy, but it's not a steady pitch either. So it's just being aware. So like here, it'll feel like you're falling away. And then you'll sort of, a bit of a side hill as well, there's a little bit of like a, not a compression, but it's like it drops off in between turns. Which means on that gate there with the big roll is you want to be, on these 2 gates, here these 2 blues, actually, you just want to be really make sure you don't want to be trying to finish your turn afterwards, because as it falls away, you're going to struggle with that. Because, yeah, when it falls away from you, obviously it's harder to put pressure on the ski because you go light. So that's what we're trying to avoid. So those two blues, I'm going to try and make sure the turn's not fully done, not nothing crazy, but just make sure, be aware that you know it's going to be a bit light afterwards, so you can't really set it up that much. And then these two, pretty easy, nothing. And then this banana onto the flat, I'm going to give it less space than I would, because there's a little bit of a compression. So in the compression, you don't need to turn the skis quite as much, because like the ski bends for you in the compression because the forces are higher. So it's the opposite of a roll. On a roll, as you go over the roll, you get light, so you can't bend your skis as much. Oh, he's angry. And then in a compression, so on this one, you have to make sure your skis are done, turns done even earlier. Whereas in the compression, it's the opposite, because yeah, the forces are higher, so the ski turns quicker because you're bending the ski more. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I got distracted by the man going crazy to the right. Oh, Amy almost hit me. That's illegal in a fish race. So actually this turn isn't big, but if it was a big turn, you'd have to really make sure the turn was done over the roll. Same as this one, if this is a big turn here, which is a bit bigger, so you want to just make sure you really got most of the direction by the time you get a little bit light over the roll. So for me, down that course, there's the two top gates where it falls away a bit, and then the compression into it with the banana, which you don't have to give any space at all really, and then there's the middle roll where I'm going to be aware, and that is what I'm thinking of when I ski. Again, we're just taking off the tips and the tails to make it a little bit less blunt, so it's not quite as grabby. I like it sharp. A little bit less blunt. More. I was going to say more sharp, less sharp. There we go. Good. We've got an app, Ski Tracks, is gonna track how fast I'm going, so we're gonna get a top speed on that, and then later on we're gonna also put the GoPro on, which I think has like a constant, you can like, as you video it, it tells you how fast you're going. So we'll see how fast we go today. Right, we're going to try and get it in the mouth cam, head face POV, see if it tracks my speed and my distance. Hey Dave, yo.
Where's your best run?
It could have been smoother, I think, but the energy was quite alright, I think, so come see, come try.
Let's pick up on what we were talking about the other day, you know, so I think you're getting somewhere for sure in terms of keeping your hips high and keeping it clean through the start, which is great to see. Like I said, sometimes I think you can tweak the angle a little bit more as you're going into the fall line and towards the gate, and you can get a little bit more out your ski, and you did that when asked, but I've sometimes got to prompt you to do that. So go with that, you know, and then try and get out the turn a little bit, like we were talking about slalom, you know, same stuff really. Let's go for it.
I was like, oh no, this could be end gone. What scared me more as well is two guys free skiing down the side.
Yeah, I saw them.
I was like, ah, shit, this is not gonna go well.
That was scary there. That's like a start of an ACL one. When you go under and they go weak. Got a bit nervous. I leant inside like a doofus, like a silly man.
You have the GoPro on, but
I did. I've got the GPS on, so I'm trying to get the speeds that are going GS.
a whopping 350 miles an hour.
Yeah, we'll just Photoshop it. It was definitely over 100 miles an hour. Also, I want to do a run at the end of the day where I go straight and see how fast we can get on that. See that?
I did a straight run down Santa Cat, topped out 148 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that fast down there. Yeah, I thought that was a classic ACL flip there. I was trying to do it wide there for a second.
Yeah, you were sort of all bent on your inside knee, right?
We're going to give it a little slip just to keep the course in repair, and Dave's going to fix all the gates and we go again. So that's normally what we do, is 2 or 3, especially if it's a bit softer. Not too bad today. Just keep on top of all the bumps and the balls. It's like the little cookies that sort of make it really
Death
sticky.
cookies.
Death cookies, people call them.
Let's go find a death cookie actually. There's some there.
They sort of come into these little like clumps of snow, and then when there's like a pile of them, or like it starts to break underneath, and then it sort of becomes a bit scary. You've got no grip. It's like skiing on like a ball pit. It's not too bad today at all, but just stay on top of it.
Go.
York, nice run, really nice run. I remember when Thomas Lardon skied our course about a month ago. The turn was tiny, you know, and yours are getting smaller, you know, because you're balancing the ski, because you keep it in the deck and keep it on the rails, you get some small turns.
We've got our teammate Amy, but she gets very nervous in front of the camera. She starts talking about really crazy things. So this is Amy.
Hello.
She likes gluten-free biscuits.
Yeah.
And what else do you like?
Lentils.
Lentils and gluten-free biscuits.
Yeah.
How's your day?
Good. Just crashed once.
She's very nervous. Everyone gets very nervous in front of the camera. They all give me
Well,
shit.
it's very professional looking, to be
So
fair.
it is
She's
a bit,
got a
isn't it?
proper like little pom-pom and everything.
Pom-pom on top of the camera.
Well, the reason I think I've got like camera PTSD is because when I was little, I was on the news because people were skiing on this old pit heap when there's loads of snow in the UK, and basically they tried to interview me because I was little and I was going quite quick on skis, and then I just didn't know what to say, so I was just silent on the interview.
Like Amy's always in the news. What were you in the other day? The Northumbrian Times?
Bloody Morpeth Gazette. Oh no, Morpeth
Gazette.
Herald.
Morpeth Herald, don't get rivals.
We'll put
She's
it
always in the
We'll put a
news,
link
Amy.
to it.
Yeah,
No,
link
you
to it in the
bloody will
description.
not. No,
can
no,
learn
no.
all about
I
Amy.
don't accept that. I do
Amy's
not give you
Morpeth-
my
what is it?
permission
What did
to
it say?
do that. Huh?
Morpeth's only international ski
No,
race. or something.
Northumberland.
Northumberland's only international ski racer.
go.
Look at me, here she is.
Alright, so we've been doing a little thing where we've been tracking the speeds today on an app called Ski Tracks. It's a bit of like a fun app a lot of people get for like on the holidays, try and go as fast as they can. Just curious to see how fast we go down the GS's. It's at 80 kilometers an hour. Again, I don't know how realistic it is, but that's the speed that it's got. I've also got my GoPro GPS on. I think it does a little tracking thing. So we'll also see on that, and that's meant to have like a little tracking thing. So we'll put it here, right there, on how fast we got on the GS, so you get an idea of the speeds. And Elsa said just to talk about if I get nervous at those speeds. No, the truth is I don't. Spent a lot of time on skis, so I'm pretty numb to it by now. The only thing that used to get me a little bit nervous when we did speed, like the Super G and downhill, which are the bigger turns, sometimes it wasn't the speed that used to get me nervous, but it was like the officiality of it. There's like lots of rules about like the yellow flag, and if like someone crashes and stuff like that. And the netting used to get me a bit nervous as a kid. But the last few times I did Super G, it wasn't that scary. The speed isn't scary, but it was like the sort of the officiality. Does that make sense? Does that make any semblance of sense? But yeah, no, I don't get very scared on skis with the speed. We might actually, that's quite fun. At the end of the day, if we've got time, what we could do is we could do a little straight line from the top to the bottom and see how that compares to the GS speeds. See how much faster or slower it is. I reckon it's a little bit faster, but not too much because it's not that steep a hill, or long or steep. Finishing up, and we're gonna do, I reckon, one, maybe two more. Trying to keep it really high intensity for the races, because we're just racing a lot now, so we're trying to keep that high intensity. I'll show you some of my bindings. So what I thought was, these are quite old bindings, so I don't buy new bindings every year just because it's an extra expense to get. But these ones are getting pretty beaten up. I'm going to show you zoomed up in a minute. And in like autumn I thought, right, this paint's coming off, so I might as well try and get all the paint off. And I was like, that'll look pretty sick, because it's like just metal, exposed metal, like raw, whether it's aluminium or whatever it is, titanium or whatever, I don't know. No idea, I'm not a metal man. So I was like, oh, I'm going to just take off all the metal, and then take off all the paint on the metal. So I did it, and then it took ages to even get half a binding. I was like, oh, I'll do it when I have a week off or something. And I never got around to doing it, so I'm going to show you my terrible job of my binding. Look at this. This looks shit, doesn't it? To be honest. End of the GS session. Always tough to know how it went. I feel like I'm going really hard, but I looked at the video. I've not looked at this video, but normally I look at the video and I go, oh, looks like I'm just sort of going down. So we'll see the video, and but it felt like it was all right. Pushing myself. So when we pull a GS gate, it's a bit different to a slam gate. Slam gate, there's just singles, obviously. So this one you've got to roll up. It's always really annoying when someone doesn't roll them up properly, because then they get all tangled when you put all of them together in a bundle. It becomes a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, we roll them up to keep them all separate, and it's easy for when we set the next one. We'll see you, actually no, we're not, we're going to go for a run to see how fast we go. So we've got the speed that we had got when we went in the course, and then we're going to go down the same piste and go straight and see what that compares to. I bet it's way faster, probably, almost certainly. Obviously if we wanted to go the fastest, like we wanted to set a record for ourselves, we'd choose a different piste and come up really early and do that. But interesting nonetheless, isn't it? I am in my old skis, which are definitely slower because they've not been waxed for a fair while, and I'm in my salopettes that are down. So it's not the most scientific, but it gives you some sort of idea. So we got Ben. Where is he? Can't see him, it's too small this. And we got Gabe. Ben and Gabe are the two guys that are gonna do it with me. Everyone else is too chicken. No, they're not, they've gone for free ski. If you die, it's not my fault, it's on video. I think it's Dave Morris'. It's Dave Morris' fault. Ready? This is a test, same piste. Yo, this is so much faster. $110 opposed to 85, so if we went a straight line down, you get 110. Obviously, there's quite a few variants there on slower skis for the straight line speed and all that. That's a bit interesting. I wonder if you're interested in that. I find that quite interesting. Definitely felt faster than doing a GS. One time what we should do is we should see how fast we can go on any piste. Obviously there's a bit of safety there, so we should find a quiet piste sometime, see how fast we can really go. I reckon we get pretty high. I reckon we get 150. So what's next? We're going to go back, have some lunch, do some fitness, perhaps some, oh no, we won't prep the skis, we do it in the morning. So, and then tomorrow's a day off, so we might go to Gabe. He's talking about watching so Gabe lives halfway down. Might go to his house, but he's talking about watching Lord of the Rings, which my brothers are going to hate me for saying this, but they watched it all the time when I was a kid, like all the time, like on repeat basically. And now I'm just not that fussed about Lord of the Rings, but I might go up to Gabe's. We will see. I think I need some new Vans. What do you reckon? People want to straighten them. Let me get them on. Slight holes in them. Like that. And I forgot to put my ticket. So for the parking here, you get it free for 3 hours, which is normally just about enough to get to training and back. Especially if I do it late and then come a bit late. They don't super strict on it. But I forgot. I went to press the app, and then like the app didn't go through because I had no signal, and I didn't notice. So I was a little bit nervous I was going to get a ticket, especially because it's a Saturday, which is the day if they're going to ticket they would. But luckily I don't think there's any ticket, so that's good. You win some, you lose some, and that's a win. What did I think of that session? I thought that was a good session. As I said, actually it looked the video from Dave. So Dave videos separate to Elsa. Dave videos on like a not quite as fancy camera, and for technical feedback. And actually let us know, do you want me to do like a on the laptop breakdown of my own skiing and how I look at it and what I think of it and stuff like that? That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? What do you think? But on the video, actually, it was alright. Normally I'm disappointed with the video in GS, so I'm not too disappointed today. That's not a good thing to say, is it? But it's the truth, so I'm going to be honest. We're now going to do some fitness. Are you not bored by now? Is it just like fitness? Fitness? No, skiing, food, fitness, ski prep. Skiing, food, fitness, ski prep, food. Yeah, just repeating. Repeats always. It's what it takes. Lots and lots of repetition to try and improve. And we're going to do, so we've got a day off tomorrow, and then we're doing a GS the next day, and then that depends on what I race after this set of races. I can either stay and do more GS, or I can travel. Obviously that's more tiring, more expensive, more effort, more faff, and I can do more training if I stay here. So I kind of want to do the GSs. Also I really do want to be a really good GS skier. I'd rather be a really good GS skier than a really good slalom skier, but for whatever reason I don't seem to be able to have to find the speed in GS. But obviously if it goes well in GS, I think I'll stay here and do some more GSs and then train a few more days slalom before we go further, which we will go further in the end. It doesn't matter how good I feel or how bad I feel really. Now at this point we want to go fast, so yeah. Anyway, I'm waffling because I don't really want to do a workout. Let's do a workout. There's no judging. This is a very messy flat, it's a very small flat. There is just too much stuff in this flat, to be honest. And it's a very busy flat. I'm trying to become a professional athlete, as you all know. Elsa's visiting full time, as you know, as you see. So there's a lot of work and a lot of kit and equipment. So I want no judging, alright? Zip it. Before you think it, shush. We've got a proper leftover dinner. We're going to have rice, veggies, and maybe some tuna. It's pretty fucking hanging out. But we're going away for races, so you don't want to buy any more food. And we've got a bunch of stuff, so we're going to just try and make something. Look at my hair's mental. Make something work. How did you think? How did you like this with me on the GoPro and then Elsa on the big camera? Did that work? Did it not work? I'm just wondering. Did that work or did it not work? Because you let us know. Because obviously, if you don't like it, we won't do it. I can talk to you more casually, I feel like, but maybe you don't want me to chat shit. Got a 2-hour drive to the place where we're going to race. I'm going to be there for 2, maybe 4 days, depending on the GSs. See you in the next one. Bye bye.